Okay, guys. So according to Google, in the United States and United States politics, a government shutdown occurs when Congress fails to pass sufficient appropriation bills or continuing resolutions to fund federal government operations and agencies, or the president refuses to sign into law such bills or resolutions. Now, according to CNBC, the standoff, and this is regarding the government shutdown. Now, the standoff has left about 800,000 federal employees pretty much working without pay or furloughed. The House, now led by Democrats, passed legislation Thursday night to fund agencies that have been caught in the border wall crossfire, but could still veto the measure even if Senate acts to approve it. Trump said, Trump said on Sunday that he should not have to lower his demand for $5.6 billion in the border security funding. So he asked Democrats for $5.6 billion, and they told him to kick rocks. In his battle with Congress over the border wall funding, President Donald Trump has leaned heavily on Twitter and to rally support among his followers. So far, the strategy seems to be working. That doesn't bond well for a quick resolution to the standoff. And based on CNBC review of his wall-related tweets, the effort is paying off. As of December 22nd, shutdown loomed. Trump linked President Obama's policy toward Iran with an ongoing battle over the border security in a tweet. He said, the Democrats and President Obama gave Iran $150 billion and got nothing, but they can't give $5 billion for national security and a wall. And according to CNN.com, there are many personalized stories that are affecting Americans today because with this government shutdown, I know a lot of people, they know that a lot of taxes are going to either be held by the IRS for a longer time. Well, pretty much it's going to be held for a longer time. So if shit don't happen, sometime soon. And with Donald Trump having, part or a partial government shutdown, this is affecting a lot of people. So one federal worker is facing homelessness. Cynthia Letts writes, I moved and began my new federal job 1 week before the shutdown. I spent most of my savings getting here and can't pay the rent without a job. I'm looking at homelessness. And also, another woman, she says that her husband should be essential, quote unquote, enough to get paid. Kimberly Roberts, a stay-at-home mother of 3 children, says her husband works for Customs and Border Protection. She says that he has to show up for work without getting paid and has been forced on overtime shifts because of short staffing. We are just normal people who make enough to live. Missing paychecks, however, will be a catastrophe to our family. We don't appreciate being used as pawns in political game. It may not affect Congress to keep the government closed, but it definitely affects the regular families just trying to pay our bills, Roberts writes. If my husband is considered essential enough to need to work while the government is closed, he should be essential enough to be paid. So, Jen, I know I'm sure you've heard as far as this goes that, taxes and everything can be delayed. How would that affect you personally if the government continues to be shut down?
You said what? Repeat the last
I can't hear you.
question.
What you said?
I said not even worried about taxes being late. I'm weak.
And that's seriously, that is honestly what a lot of people they are worried about. They're worried about losing their job. They're worried about taxes being late, and they're also worried about well, I had a third point, y'all. I'm gonna come back to it. But those two, and as far as food stamps, they're worried about, which we already talked about this way back when Scott Walker was our governor. But they were about, pretty much no longer getting food stamps. You know what I'm saying? So this is affecting a lot of people. And if you can imagine, it's a whole lot of people on food stamps. I personally know 2, you know what I'm saying, 2 people that are on food stamps right now, and it's just like, damn, and honestly, they're not worried about it because they're so young right now. But older people who are, needing this is really for real. Also, retirement plans, just all of this shit is being affected by the government shutdown. But, most people, the most tweets that I've seen is, and the most shit on Facebook that I've seen has been pretty much discussed as far as taxes go, because they're like, I hope you don't hold the taxes. There are memes that have been created, shit like that. And I'm just looking, I'm laughing, and it would suck, if you expect your taxes back in March and not get them into November. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you a motherfucker that got 4 kids and you getting $2,000 a child, that's already $8,000 right there that you're missing out on, until November. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's because half the IRS is focused on whatever the fuck Donald Trump got going on, but the other half is trying to go ahead and pursue with helping out and filing the taxes and everything like that. So I understand. I'm glad that I'm not moving and buying a house this year, because I was going to use a piece of that, not a whole lot, but a little piece. You know what I'm saying? I claim 0, nigga. I claim 0, which is what everybody should do, for my taxes. So, they take a ton of taxes out of my paycheck every single time I get paid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I definitely
But I mean, everybody's different. Me and my husband, we both claim 0. You know what I'm saying? And it's a nice little treat at the beginning of the year.
Check back.
Well, last year we owed taxes for some BS that, that had nothing really to do with, anything of misappropriation. It was just we were ignorant and we didn't really know about certain things. But this year, we was like, okay, well, we're working on certain things. We'll do a little bit of saving, woo. And, now to even think like, damn, like, we may not even get, and not being a big deal like that, but it's still like, okay, well, we expecting this. I want to pay this off right now. Like, damn, do I have to wait until November to pay this off? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it's not going to be 6 weeks. Is it going to be 24 weeks now? It's going to be half a year now, so that's interesting. And people like, broke folks who.
But like for me, because I am single, technically, because you're single until you're married, so. But, so it's just, and that's why I want, not being a bad person, but that's why I do want to get married soon, because I'm just like, there's so many benefits to being married. But,
it is benefits to being married and buying your first house, too,
I know I'm about to be with my fiance forever, child, so it's like, why the fuck not, But as far as with
Jen,
I don't get a lot of money back. Like, I feel like what I get back in taxes is like less than a paycheck, less than I'm making a paycheck.
Oh,
so,
God damn.
It's okay. Like, it's nice to, get $1,500, but so, it's not changing my life, compared to if I was getting like
well, this year's going to be a little different.
5,000 some shit back. You said what?
This year's going to be a little different because you do get a tax. First of all, you pay for school out of pocket. So, number one, you're going to get a nice fat-ass tax break just for going to school. That's number one. You're going to get a nice chunk of change back, especially when they see that you paid for classes in school out of pocket every month. Oh, yeah, that's number one. And then if you guys go ahead and buy your house or whatever like that next year, you'll get another. Oh, and next year you're still going to get a nice tax break, too, because you were in school this year. So next year you're going to get a nice tax break. This year you're going to get a nice tax break for being in school. And then also next year, if you guys buy your house this year, you're going to get a tax break for being a homeowner. So these are the type of things. And then also if you donate things, like say if you donate like a nice couch set or hair or something, you donate that, you get nice tax breaks too. There are a tax break for every goddamn thing out there, really. So these are great things. And like with the government being shut down, like what the fuck are you doing? Because niggas gonna give you $5.6 billion.
Because you gotta start giving me advice off air, honey. Let me know how do I get this check so I can get 5,000 next year, okay? For real.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like
I'm gonna let you know
before,
too.
But I didn't listen. But I'm gonna listen this year. 2019, I'm gonna get everything together, child. So I get $5,000 back next year, okay? Like,
Yes. But another thing, guys, before we move on to the next topic, I personally think, Jen, is that with Donald Trump, he wants this $5.6 billion. The Democrats are not going to approve to give you $5.6 billion. Why don't you get your own money, okay? Put up your own money for the border since it's so fucking important for you. And if you don't have $5.6 billion, which we all know he don't, he gathered all those supporters around him, and they pitch in and put in some money with their broke asses. And we'll see how far that gets him. And then another thing that my husband brought up, he's trying to build a wall. Okay, motherfucker, what happens when they start building tunnels? You know what I'm saying? You want a wall so bad, but people, they going to start going underground and start coming to, you know what I'm saying, U.S. through some type of underground shit. So it makes no sense that this is going on. Anyway.